What's going on, guys? It's the Dad back with another gun review here. Today, we are looking at the Taurus Judge. It's not my favorite gun out there. I think it's pretty cool, but I've fallen into the world of niche guns, which is a fun gun with basically no real purpose. And I guess we can't see any real purpose, but there's a lot of misnomers here, so we'll go over that in a minute. The one that we're doing in the video is the full-size 3-inch chamber, 3-inch barrel, all steel version. So kind of the tank, if you will, of the bunch. So they make this gun in a bunch of different variants. They do a 2.5-inch. Most of those will have basically the 2.5-inch cylinder instead of the 3-inch cylinder. They do an ultralight, which is the same idea, but will have an alloy frame. And then they also do the poly versions now called the Poly Defender. They're all cool in their own right. But, you know, the thing with them is that if we look at the ballistic equivalent of 45 Long Colt and 410, they've been tested by a number of guys out there. Again, if my information is outdated, as this was a couple years ago, I apologize. But everybody that's pretty much ever tested it on a man target or on a ballistics gel target has come up with the idea that the 45 Long Colt is sort of the superior cartridge as far as energy and stopping somebody. Now, that doesn't take away from the fact that shooting 410 out of a handgun in general is pretty cool, but it has a limited purpose. So I'll get off your porch if you pointed at me with 410s, no doubt about it. 410s still have their place. I mean, if we're running it as a trail gun, you encounter snakes, you encounter things that you want a shot pattern with. It would be really useful for that as well. But as far as stopping bad guys, 45 Long Colt is sort of the unilateral winner as far as ballistic tests have come back, that I have seen at least. But neat, cool gun here in the sense that it's versatile. We can shoot 45 Long Colt. We can shoot 410s. If you have the 3-inch model, which is what this is, you can shoot 3-inch shells or 2.5s. And I kind of went that route just for the versatility. Ammo's been tough the last couple years, and 410 specifically has been kind of tough in the last couple years. So, you know, giving me the option to shoot either one just means I get more shooting out of it. But without further ado, so pretty simple here, guys. We've got 5 shots in the wheel. We can run interjectionally 45, 410, 45, 410, or you can load them all up with one or the other. So not a whole lot of recoil due to the weight of the gun. Now, if we go to those ultralight versions or we go to the polymer versions, you actually do get a fair bit more kick, but the all-steel one, I would have to look up the specs, but I'm going to guess this is damn near probably 35 ounces. So there's a good amount of weight here to soak it up. We get a high-vis front sight, standard trench in the rear, Taurus's unilateral gun lock. I don't know why we have chosen to continue with this, but they're doing it anyways, probably because they don't want to be sued. Release is very similar to a Smith in that we push forward, pop the wheel out, but a fun gun, guys. Now, again, not overselling it for what it is. I think it is a fun gun. Now, this is my opinion, not a fact, but I would go with a proven caliber with greater capacity if I was selecting something for home defense. Obviously, I would go with something a little bit slimmer as the wheel is still super thick, you know, if you're going to concealed carry it, but a gun's a gun. Anybody in their right mind should, in theory, get out of your way the minute you present one. It's the guys that aren't in their right mind that we kind of have to plan for. So, neat system here, guys. This has been out now for 20 years. Taurus is by no means considered a top-tier manufacturer versus Smith or Ruger, but I would say that out of everything they make, I think the Judge is probably one of the most solid designs. You know, you're going to get different levels of quality control here. One of the things that's kind of neat is that I ended up with this because I've never really felt a Judge that had lockup like that. We normally get quite a bit more shake. We're not really getting much here at all. I bought it used just because, you know, again, Taurus is not a high-end gun, and you tend to get that rake over the coals trade-in value anytime you get out of them. So, you know, buying them used a lot of times can save us a good amount of money. I don't remember exactly what I paid, but it was right around $350.